keep it all the way a bean with y'all. JD can go. JD can go. All right? Look, man, I appreciate JD. I got nothing but love for JD. We appreciate everything that you did for us, but we also seen what you can't do for us, and it ain't enough. You can go. And I see everybody in the comments, he young, bro. He ain't got no upside. No, sir. If you don't see the DeAndre Ayton in this man's eyes, I don't know what to tell you. I see it. He ain't worth the pay. He ain't worth the pay. Come on, JB, come to the D. We ain't racist over here. We got a lot of investment properties. You feel me? I'm sorry, JD. You're not worth the pay. We want to keep you. We want to keep you. We just not going to pay you that much. And if they going to pay you, then go on over there. We'll sit back with our feet up for the next 5 years like told you so. And I know y'all like, well, who going to play center? I don't know. And I don't care right now. All right, we'll figure that out in the next year or two. Right now, we need some hoopers. And Brad Holmes, you could take a master class from Lang Lang on how to get aggressive in the free agency, because he said last year ain't this year. Bro, you think we let go of beef stew and open up 15 mil for you? No, sir. Not we.
I just want to say shout out to the Pistons for not ruining their championship future. I've seen news break this morning that Jalen Duren and the Pistons are nowhere near a contract. Now Duren is looking for trying to save opportunities. Thank you, God. I said this during the playoffs, but after we seen how he stunk it up, there was no way in hell Jalen Duren was getting a max deal or even deserved anything close to it. Apparently the Pistons feel the same way, and they're standing 10 toes down on it, and I love it. He couldn't do a damn thing against Paolo Banchero and Orlando. Y'all almost got upset in the first round. Thank God for a 3-1 comeback because of Cade on Cade's back. And then against the Cavaliers, the offense completely dried up. Jalen Duren, again, was a no-show. APB out. We couldn't find him. And he had the audacity to ask the Pistons for $200 million. Go get a sign and trade, bro. Go to Sacramento. Go to Memphis. Hell, go be a Chicago Bull for all I care. Do not ruin the Pistons' championship future. Jalen Duren knows himself he doesn't deserve anything close to a max. So for his agent to even be trying to negotiate for one is shameless. Usually teams fold. We can't lose one of our top 2-3 players for nothing. Similar to what's going on with Austin Reeves and the Lakers. They just gave him way too much money. And now the roster is fucked. Ruined. I'm just happy the Pistons were able to look Duren in the face and tell him no. Because apparently that's something these NBA franchises can't do. Let Duren go negotiate his own sign and trade. Go get anything back for Duren, but do not give him the max. Honestly, you really need him off your roster. This helps the Pistons in so many ways. I don't care if they even take a step back next season. Who cares? They were ahead of schedule. But Jalen Duren does not need to be a part of the Pistons' future. Let him go find a sign and trade. If y'all too scared to say it, I'm going to say it every time. Why Talk Sports? Hello.
All right, looking rough out here, but I'm going to let the hair grow. But let's talk about Jalen Duren. He is said to, came out, the Pistons wanted to get to a resolution to the contract with Jalen Duren. As I'm doing this video, that hasn't happened because Jalen Duren wants a fully max contract, which is 5 years, $287+ million to $287.1 million. According to Google AI, it is $49.5 million. Now, let me say this first and foremost if we get in this video. I like to inform. So there's been big changes to Google where when you search something, it used to take you to the website to where the information was at, right? Now AI is pulling up the information where you don't have to click on the website. So that's very, very controversial right now because they're basically saying that, taking money out of the particular website's pocket. So I want y'all to know that. Try to click and get the information straight from those websites as well too. But AI it's taking over. So, autonomous cars, autonomous semi-trucks, forklifts. To all my brothers out there, if it was ever time to make a pivot into either learning AI, I even see they had an AI over there in Asia. They had an AI haircut guy. You get in the booth and they cut your hair, a robot. So it was ever a time to learn AI, and or is ever a time to get into a trade as far as plumbing and electricity? It's time, brothers. It's time. But But yeah, I mean, it's not to me personally, and I don't have all the information, but on the surface level, if you ask your boy, it looks like Jalen Duren want to get out of Detroit. Oh, he felt disrespected by the offer, and he wants a super max. It sounded like Luka got to him. He probably want to get his way to the Lakers. Now, how that happens, I don't know. You know, what does the Lakers have to offer the Pistons at this point? A sign and trade, Ryu Hachimura. That's it. That's the only thing that you really can, chuck the game up to is a sign and trade, and maybe a third team would have to get a Pistons some assets. So, but I think he done. I don't think it's just the disrespect. I think it has something to do with the low ball offer that the Pistons offered him. Also, probably feeling like, well, they didn't come to an agreement with me last summer. They always talked about getting Vujovic and Miles Turners and stretch fives. I got the Lakers recruiting me. Luka recruited me. The Lakers probably doing some shit under the tables to get at me. I'm trying to get to LA. And hey, if I'm them, hey, if he don't want to be here, he don't want to be here. And unfortunately, what's so funny about it, this is such a big story, and how he played in the playoffs was such a huge thing. I didn't know so many. I knew, but I didn't know it was this bad. How many people didn't like Jalen Duren? Think about it. Jalen Duren is more disliked than Terrion Arnold. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy. Like, people really don't like I think people like Terrion's personality, but it's crazy, bro. Like, the amount of people that say, well, Duren, I don't care for Duren. And, like, in one playoff series, destroyed his whole reputation. You know what I mean? And I think he hear the chatter. I think he hear the chatter from the city. I think he hear that chatter, to be all honest. And it's hard not to. And I think he wants out. I think he want out. And I also think he wants to go to LA. Everything is pointing to that. With them saying, well, Luka, stop doing this. And, if the Pistons give him a super max contract, I mean, it is what it is. I'm just like, okay, rumor is y'all don't want Jaylen Brown, but y'all want to give him a super max contract. Okay. And he might have them by the balls because they don't have another pivot at center. You trade Stu, and then you still got needs at power forward. I mean, at this point, where do you sign and trade him to? That's a great question. At this point, where do you trade him to? Do you go out to Brooklyn and say we just get Nicholas Claxton and give us MPJ? I don't know, man, but he don't want to be here from all the negativity from the fans. Oh, you have people say, oh, he's like DeAndre Ayton, and you see it in his eyes, and we don't care what we're gonna do at center, we'll figure it out, And you hearing all the people on the internet. Then the Pistons lowball you. And you got to remember the guy that lowballed you, he been tied to Vujovic, Miles Turner. He really want to stretch five. He didn't draft you. He got rid of your draft twin and Jaden Ivey. The way the human brain starts to think, like, he don't really fuck with me like that. And, I thought they fuck with me. Like, and he wants the full max. Now the question is, will he take less than a full max to get signed and trade somewhere else? That's the $1 million question. Will he take less than the full max to go somewhere else? Is another team willing to give him the full max contract? Right? Now, I don't know if the Pistons give him the full max and trade him to the Lakers. Somebody will tell me in the comment section. But it is what it is. Because if somebody come in as a restricted free agent, as he's being restricted, and offer him the full max contract, do the Pistons match that? Or do they say, look here, let's work out a sign and trade where we get something for him? I don't know. But if you had to ask me, I ain't giving him no $50 million a year. I'm sorry. If I'm them, this team gonna look completely different. Now, it might be a mistake that they got rid of Isaiah Stewart. Now, even though he's not a starter because he don't have the condition or the durability to be a starter. But if I'm them, I don't know, man. I don't know. They talking about we going big name hunting and all that type shit. Yeah, cool. If you don't land a big name, you lose Jalen Duren, and Powell is not a big name. It's a good name, but the way they making it seem, they at this point, to keep it all the way funky with you, dog. At this point, to be honest with you, if I lose Jalen Duren, and just to be 100% honest, if I lose that man, if I might go get Ja Morant and just pray that he get Ja Morant, get an MPJ at the point guard, at the shooting guard, at the power forward position, and I'll just be like, okay, let's go. But I don't know, man. Honestly, I can't call it. So we'll see. That's what he wants. I wouldn't pay it. I just had to figure it out. So, but obviously, we'll see what happens. Hit the link in the description. Check out Detroit Pistons Talk playlist. Hit the link in the description. Say find me everywhere. You can find me everywhere there. Peace.